Run the play NFL weekly show every Monday, coming at you live around this time. Usually under me, but above me, I got my boy Game Time Gretch and under Gretch ANT in HD. Zach, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great. It's great to be back with you finally. And hey, congrats to us. 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. Let's get a big round of applause. See, I'm so glad that I've been a part of your atmosphere, and with this whole idea, just understanding your vision for this content. And I got to give you a big hands prop to your crew and what you've done and just letting me about on this journey, man. It's just so awesome. So I appreciate you, man.
Of course, man. Let me go out here and say it's never me, man. I'm putting everyone out there. I'm putting the tools together, and everyone else is putting it together. A huge reason we hit this marker was shout out Joseph on the baseball side. We finally got a scripted video out. I believe we recorded that in like July, man. So that was a whole process with losing our editor and stuff like that. So for him to go through all that and us still get this video out before the baseball playoffs start and us still hit this 3K marker, yeah, man. I mean, we're promoting it, and we've had some promotions not work out, but this has been one of our better promotions, man. So shout out Joseph. Shout out Zach. I mean, you've been here every Monday, man. You've been consistent as hell, and consistency is how you grow on this, man. Obviously, can't do this without Phil, too. Other than me, he's been here the longest. He's been almost 2 years now. So we're out here killing, man. We do what we do. And, if you guys watch it, you watch it. If you don't, fuck you. Simple as that. That's the MO. But today, we're not here to have a all-hail RTP party. We're here to talk about this week in the NFL. Pretty good week of football, man. I'll say that. A pretty good week of football, man. I do want to say, in the RTP Chopped League, we're down another Run the Play broadcaster. Phil's been eliminated, I believe. I haven't checked it today, honestly. But
yeah. I mean, it's hard to come back even with a 5% or 1% chance.
Is that what he's at?
It's something like that. I saw it. I want to give him. You could get the accuracy stats on that, but I just want to give him, all the props. I mean, it's a hard league, and at the end of the day, like these games right here, we're seeing against the Falcons and the Bills. So forgive me for seeing that. My eyes are going up to our audience, but we're seeing it. And in the Bears and Commanders, it's a tight, close game. And when people don't get the amount of fantasy points, look at who's going to kill your fantasy tonight. James Cook. I have him, but he's getting locked down right now, and it's something to watch right now. So it's a tight, close game. And we also got to mention the Dodgers and the Brewers. So it's a fun night of sports, man. And basketball is coming back next week. But let's get back on the track with football, man. And where do you want to start?
Let's start with the title of this video. It is Monday Night Football. This was a question posed in my group chat, actually. Is Bijan Robinson the best running back in the NFL? Where are you at with that? I think we kind of know. I mean, look, I got two guys I'd put over him, right? And these guys may not be – Bijan Robinson is probably the best runner of the football. Handoff, he's going to go to work. But I'm still going to take James Cook's versatility, and I'm taking Jonathan Taylor because I think Jonathan Taylor is the best running back in football, man.
Yeah.
He's a real-life dog. He's pretty much a one-man offense. Shout out the Falcons for fighting in all of their games, but Jonathan Taylor is real life, carrying a Colts offense to 40 points a week. Got to give credit to Daniel Jones and the coaching and the defense and all that, but Jonathan Taylor's the big motor there. So where are you at with that?
I definitely agree with what you're saying. I'm looking at the stats for Jonathan Taylor. James Cook had a touchdown every game except for these past 2 weeks, so maybe he gets one here tonight. We'll see, but Jonathan Taylor has been sporadic but off of touchdowns, but in yardage, the man has not gone under 60 yards a carry or 60 yards in total, and that's impressive. I mean, and even with that 60-yard game against the Raiders, he had 3 touchdowns. So the man is literally doing due diligence and what he's done. So I'm going to agree with you on that. I think Jonathan Taylor is still the best running back in the league. Bijan Robinson might have the best attributes and just physicality-wise. I mean, the guy's a brute.
Yeah.
But I think JT is still the guy. But Bijan's definitely top 3, and people have to put it on notice. I mean, you want guys that can be consistent. Bijan, James Cook, Jonathan Taylor at number 1. And, yeah, so there's your answer from me, man.
This is the year that Saquon and Derrick Henry fall out of that.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, Saquon, I have it in my notes. I'll just slide it in right now so we can just get it over with. But so Saquon Barkley, we made a bet early on in the season predictions wise. I said that so far he's going to go under 1,400 yards rushing. So far, it's looking good within week 6. He has only 325 yards rushing. That's even insanely enough because this guy usually averages 100 yards a game, a little bit more than that. He only has 325 yards, man. That I mean, maybe the Madden curse is him not getting hurt. Maybe the Madden curse is him playing like well under of his par.
The problem is shout out to Eagles. One of my closest friends is a big Eagles fan, and I tell him this all the time. They are the most – them and the Chiefs, I feel like – maybe not the Chiefs anymore, but the Eagles are the most boring offense to watch in the NFL. Yeah. How you doing, my dear Watson and Don Johnson? They're just the most boring team to watch. It's hard to be effective in that offense because of the way they play it. And, man, what – they played Thursday this week?
Yeah, they did. They played against the Giants, and I have a lot to go off of that game.
Let's start there. High pitch. Do you just start? Yeah, we just started literally right now. What y'all talk about football? Because my dad likes football too. We talk about football, man. Stay tuned in for that. We're about to get into this Giants and Eagles Thursday night football game. My big key from this game was that Eagles depth at cornerback, man. I was watching on the All-22. Every fucking play, it felt like Jackson Dart was either handing the ball off or throwing at Ringo. Whoever, Chris Smoove, one of the best fucking YouTubers ever, played 2K. He had a thing called Whoever Offense.
Yeah, okay. I think I heard of it, yeah.
You got a guy that can't guard anyone on the team. You give the ball to whoever he's guarding, Whoever Offense. That was Ringo, man. I mean, no matter who it was, Wan'Dale Robinson, Theo Johnson, it was just Whoever Offense on Ringo. So I don't think that game was a tell on like the Eagles. I don't think the Eagles are crumbling or anything like that. But the injury bug is catching up to that team, and it has to turn around.
I'll say this, though. We got to give props to where props is due. Yes, the Eagles, you played it well under what your par was, but let's give the props here, okay? Jackson Dart's been a roller coaster of emotions, but he has been a dog. Yeah. And Cam Scatterbo is the steal of the draft.
Yeah.
Not get it. Let's not push that any lighter than it has to be because we know it's the truth. Look at the Giants. That was their first division game win in their division since 2023.
Wow.
2 years. Dart and Scatterbo are the reason for that. Cam Scatterbo was killing that offense. And the ceiling for this team, the way they keep playing, if they run the football like that and their defense playing like how they were playing against Philadelphia, especially Brian Burns, he was causing havoc. I think he sacked Jalen Hurts, I believe, 2 or 3 times that night. And the ceiling for this team, if they play like that, they're going to the playoffs. And that's a wild take, but they're going to the playoffs.
I don't think that's a wild take. I don't think that's a wild take at all. I thought you were going to go wilder. I'm going to be honest. No. I do think they're a team that if they get the right matchup, they could upset somebody in the first round. Like run game and a good defense are win games. You know, the passing is fun. Don't get me wrong, but even when the Chiefs were winning the Super Bowl, it was because their running game was working. You know, we had Pacheco, we had McKinnon's little run. You look at Tom Brady, we had Leonard Fournette's playoff run. The Eagles, obviously, one of the best run offenses we've ever seen.
Yep.
I wouldn't go that far with the Giants, but I think if they get the right matchup, then they could definitely make it out the first round.
Yeah, and that goes off of the fact that, look, Malik Neighbors, he's hurt, right?
Yeah.
The fact that Jackson Dart's even doing this right now with people that don't really get the ball enough love for, he's doing it. You have Cam Scatterbo, who's been a guy in college, and he's showing you what he can do. Remember, he didn't have the fastest 40, but he is one of the best runners of the football in game action.
I'll be honest, I was out on him. Like, I didn't think he was going to – I knew he was a dog in college. I didn't think his play style would go to the NFL the right way. I thought he was kind of a meathead, just run through everybody. And I'm like, well, when he gets against bigger athletes, it's not going to work. Fuck, was I wrong. I'll be the first to admit it. I was wrong, man.
No, I 100% agree. There's some teams that I said I was wrong about, and I'm chewing it right now. I really am. I'm chewing it. But I think in reality, that's the beauty about the NFL is when people shock you, and they're doing great. So, moving on from that, look at the Giants. They're a division rival for me, but I got to give them so much props for what they're doing. They've been stugging out there. Hey, Brian Dable, he is trusting in his team. But you know what? I got to say this, and I know people are going to believe what I have to say. I'm confident in this. Jackson Dart is saving Brian Dable's job right now as we speak, and Cam Scatterbo.
I would say more Scatterbo. I think it works.
Both of them.
I honestly, I've always thought Dable was a good coach.
Of course he is. Of course.
The team was terrible. So I like the Titans firing Callahan today.
Yeah.
I don't love that move because that roster is awful. So you can't say coaching is costing them games. If they don't believe he's the coach of the future, sure, pull the trigger now. But I think it's kind of a scapegoat move when you fire your coach just because your roster sucks.
No, and I also think off of that, let's touch that for a minute, is, Brian Callahan, I think he's a great coach for what he's doing. He's in a tough scenario, okay? But that's also a bad confidence outlook for Cam Ward. He literally has his coach. They can't even finish the season. At least give him some respect. I mean, the man has no direction or where to go. And I feel bad for Cam Ward because, again, this roster is terrible on the O-line perspective. They can't help him. He's been fumbling the ball because, again, there's pressure left and right. There's people going right to his face on the blind side. The man has all odds stacked against him, man. And I feel bad for his receivers. I feel bad for Tony Pollard. But I feel bad in general for that whole management. One person I'm going to take a blame on is that general manager. They need to make a move. That owner needs to make a move in Tennessee. Okay, you fired Mike Vrabel. You got Callahan, but again, you didn't do anything with it. And right now, you're costing. You're costing a lot. So let's see.
I wouldn't even go as far to say as they need to make a move. I think they could have just rocked out this year and had a bad year and drafted. Yeah. But when you fire your coach, you're telling your players, like, hey, we want to compete. We had the wrong guy. Yeah. And I don't think this roster would compete under Prime Belichick. I don't think someone who could see the future would be able to make this team a competent roster because the team is just flat out bad. There's no other way of putting it. So I think thank you for the bars comment, by the way.
Yep.
Appreciate that. That's just what it is. If a team is bad, why are you going to blame? You can't blame. It's dumb. Just take it, draft, rebuild. Like that's the process you go through. You see Belichick right now is one of the greatest coaches of all time, not to knock the guy, but at North Carolina, they're not good because the roster's not good.
Yeah, and then they're taking shots at him, and they're saying all these things. But again, when a roster sucks, it sucks. Plain and simple, okay? And that's it. And look I got to give props to the Panthers for that. And there's another conversation. We can talk about that later, Ant. But where do you want to go the next game? Because we've wrapped off the Giants. We know they're stealing. I think definitely a playoff contender if they keep playing this way. But again, they're in their own destiny as they're in their own hands with that offense.
Let's pivot a little bit and talk about a coach we just talked about, Mike Vrabel and the Patriots. I think it's a smooth transition over easily. I want to say this, and I see the notes. Baker Mayfield is also on here. Let's kill two birds with one stone here, man. Baker, if you are naming your top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL just off of this season, I don't want to hear a list that doesn't have Drake May and Baker Mayfield.
Okay, you want to hear my list then?
Let's go.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
Drake May.
Yeah.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, I agree.
And
the fifth one's there's a couple guys.
Questionable, but you know what? I hate the Chiefs. I hate the Chiefs so much. But right now, who's playing? Patrick Mahomes is coming back.
Yeah.
But just because I hate the Chiefs, just because I don't like them, I'm taking Aaron Rodgers.
I'm not mad at it. I think other names, Stafford, you definitely could have thrown in there. Herbert, you could have thrown in there off of his start to the year.
I don't know about
his
Herbert.
Start, it was a high peak. Now we're kind of at the low. Let's see if he balances it out a little bit.
Jaden Daniels should have been in there. Sorry. Jaden Daniels.
He's not healthy. He hasn't been healthy this year, so it's hard to tell.
Yes.
Because if we're doing that, then Lamar's in there too.
Okay. Okay.
But,
fair.
But
so
if
there's
we're
a lot of
saying
people in the fifth.
Just off of what we've seen this year, I think your list is probably the right list. And Goff. I would also throw Goff's name in the hat too to show him a little bit of love. Herbert. Shout out Javier for throwing Herbert in there.
Yeah, we can throw Herbert. I just feel like it was a bad taste in my mouth these past 2 games, man. And I don't know. But you know what? We'll keep him at a 5th spot. There's a lot of quarterbacks that can be in that 5th spot. But The rest of those 4, non-negotiable. I don't want to hear your list. I don't want to hear. What about you? What's your list?
I think your list is the right list. I would say those exact 5. I know we're not talking about in order, but those are the correct 5. Any combination of those 5, I'm cool with. This goes back to what I'm saying though. Drake May has been playing out of his fucking mind.
Yes.
With for Booty to not look booty under this guy is a big tell. It's a huge tell. So I need another bars comment for that one.
Yeah, that was
Drake May has been absolutely killing this year, man. And there's quarterbacks who are good, and their system guys like Brock Purdy. I would throw Goff in there too. And then there's guys like Josh Allen and guys like Drake May who elevate everybody else around.
100%.
Mahomes does that. And those are the guys that I like because those are the guys that are going to win you games, not just get you there. Get him an O-line and he's top 3. I 100% agree with Javier.
Josh Allen made me look bad right now because he just threw another pick. Jeez. Okay.
All right, now we knocked Josh Allen out, and we can put Herbert in there for Javier.
No. But anyways, what I want to say, okay, you want to hear another bars comment, and then we move. Hey, look at Drake May's been playing so good that he's dug the Patriots out of this whole rebuilding with Diggs. Him and Diggs are just digging.
Okay, I didn't know where you were going.
I feel like this.
I don't like that one.
Stephon Diggs and Drake May are making the Patriots, but mostly Drake May and Mike Vrabel. They are making this team look out of this world. And you know what? Drake May can be, if he gets everything he needs to and they make a far run, he might be the new face of the NFL.
Ooh.
That's crazy. That's crazy to think. That's crazy to think. Hang on. That's crazy to think. Okay, because if you're bringing a resurgence in a franchise, and if you do this and you make this with a roster that didn't really have a receiver until one finally came back, okay, I'm gonna give him props. Right now, my favorite for the new face of the NFL, legitly wise, I've said Baker Mayfield, and we can move on that. But that's what I feel. Okay, but Drake May, for the young guys, for who the people are, if he does what he's doing, no offense, non-taking, the guy has thrown so much shots in the NFL. It was a rough start, and the guy's 4-2. The guy's 4-2 for a reason. And I know you think that's crazy.
I do think that's crazy.
A lot of my.
I just don't know how you could say that with Jaden Daniels in the league.
No. I'm not taking anything away from Jaden Daniels. He's the face. But I'm saying he's thinking it's crazy. What I'm saying is, with the odds stacked against you, it's a race between Jaden Daniels and Drake May of who's going to be the future of the quarterback position. Both of these guys.
Respectfully,
that's what I'm thinking.
Call it bias. I don't think Drake May is better than Stroud. Just off of what we've seen this season. Yeah. Off of what we've seen in this season, I understand Drake May love, right? And I put him top 5. I put him over Stroud. Off of what we've seen this season, I agree with what Javier's saying. If CJ Stroud had an O-line, we're having a different conversation.
Yeah.
I want to throw – let me look, right? Let's look about guys. Teams with young starting quarterbacks, okay? Let's play the game.
Let's do it.
Michael Penix, I think we could both agree, is just not on that level.
No.
Bryce Young, off of what we've seen.
No.
Bryce Young, to me, is going to be how I feel about Baker now, where Bryce Young is always going to be the funnest guy in the league. Or not funnest, but the most, you got to watch him like how Jameis is kind of. But I don't think he'll ever be, the face of the league. I don't think Baker will be the face of the league either.
Okay, hang on.
I just don't think – I think it's too late.
I know you don't think it, but you know what? The man deserves it. And I agree. I have a biggest argument for this, but I'm not going to do it yet. I'll hold it. Keep going.
I agree, but I just think it's too late for him to be in face of the league conversations.
Okay.
I think Caleb, you could definitely make an argument for face of the league over Drake May. Would you agree?
Over Drake May, yes, he can be. I'm saying off of story-wise right now, this season alone. I'm saying who's the face of the NFL? You got me where I said this a long time ago. Jaden Daniels will be. And you're reminding me off of what I've seen. I'm not going to discredit the guy. He's the most talented quarterback besides Josh Allen and besides Lamar Jackson. Okay?
Well, you think he's more talented than Mahomes?
No, Mahomes is up there too. But what I'm saying, athletically-wise, who's more fun to watch? I like Lamar Jackson over Mahomes. I'm not discrediting Mahomes. Okay.
Oh, I get you. So you're putting the right. You're saying I get you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
What about Jalen Hurts?
Athletic wise,
I'm just testing you.
No. Because look,
I'm just testing for the love of the game.
You can. I love that you're testing me. I think this is great because at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, off of talent wise, off of a ceiling that I know that's going to get better each year. And each year, Josh Allen did that, right? But I'm saying, Jaden Daniels and Lamar Jackson, the way they play the quarterback position. Like, and I know it's still early with Jaden Daniels, but I just feel like if it's this trajectory, they had a big thing about RG3. These guys can change the position. Mahomes is one of the most creative throwers of the football. It's like him and Aaron Rodgers. I just feel like Mahomes has better success than Rodgers, obviously, already in his career. But I'm saying athletic-wise, these are the two most quarterbacks athletically I've ever seen with my own eyes.
I want chat to comment their future faces of the league. We'll revisit that a little bit later on.
Go for it.
Let's head over to Rico Dowdle. Let's head over to – now we got the fun stuff out the way. Let's talk about the real news that happened this week. I can't believe we talked about the best running back in the league and we didn't bring up the former Cowboy, Rico fucking Dowdle. Sending a spooky pumpkin for the football vibes. We'll put you on the screen for that one, my brother. Thank you.
It's so spooky. It's so spooky. Again, it just shows you how bad the Cowboys defense is. 32nd in the league. That's how spooky this host is, okay? Rico Dowdle should have been re-signed by the Cowboys, but he showed again. And he is going to be the starting running back for Carolina.
Do you have stats for him?
Yes, I do.
I want to hear those.
Rico Dowdle's stats within these past 2 games, okay?
That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
Okay, here we go. With the Dolphins, he had 23 attempts rushing, 206 yards, averaging 9 yards a carry. So you know what that means? Every single carry he had was a first down, basically a first down, okay? 1 touchdown, and he had 3 receptions. Now, against the Cowboys. Wait. Oh, okay, go ahead. Go for it.
This is just – I get what you're saying, Javier, but this is so funny. Baker's too cocky and up in age. If they want a young, good-looking, tall quarterback for the face of the NFL, Allen May, Herbert, Jaden, and Texans quarterback are religious. NFL can't have that. Whoa.
Okay. So no. We're putting all that in the equation. I don't even want to answer the last part of that because we already know how the NFL is just a mixed bag of tricks, okay? There's so much controversy in that. And I think, you know what, being realistically, we know the answer. And whether the NFL likes it or not, we know who are the faces in the NFL that can possibly be. It could be C.J. Stroud. It could be Jaden Daniels. It could be still Lamar Jackson. You know, you can get Drake May in there. You can have Baker Mayfield if it was realistically off a story these past couple of years. Baker Mayfield has the best shot. Obviously, Josh Allen is the face right now with Lamar, but who knows? Anyway.
I'm going T-Law. I'm going to give a dark horse. I'm going T-Law.
You got me back in my seat saying that, bro.
Give me Trevor Lawrence.
Let me finish Rico Dowdle. I don't even want to talk about Trevor Lawrence. Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Rico Dowdle had 30 rushing attempts against the Cowboys, 183 yards, and most of that was the first half. Okay, he averaged 6.1 yards a carry. He didn't have a touchdown this week. Okay, but he smacked the crap out of the Cowboys.
And I didn't even know he didn't have a touchdown, bro. My fantasy.
He smacked.
My dear Watson.
It didn't matter. He had 33 points in fantasy. Yeah. I rocked with him, and he helped me win this week. Look, Rico Dowdle is a running back that can change the course for the Panthers. They ride his wave, and they give help. Bryce Young just needs help, and look at the run game opened up the pass game for him, and he was making some critical throws that were just killing the secondary. And I'm always going to believe in Bryce Young. Remember, right down the street from my house, I went to school with the guy. So I understand who Bryce Young is as a person. I've seen him with my firsthand eyes. The Panthers, they could be a favor to make it if they want to win too, they could be a wild card team too.
I don't believe it.
Listen, no. That's the ceiling.
Let me talk.
That's the ceiling. Okay.
I think we see these 2 weeks out the Panthers every season where we're like, okay, wait, are they actually good? And next week they're going to get blown out by 40. I don't know who they play. They could play the Dolphins again, and they could play the Saints. I think they get smoked next week. It's just the Panther way. They're never legitimately good. I still think if you look at the way this roster is constructed, they're 3 to 4 pieces away from being legitimately good. They could be fake good in this fake good division, and they could be fake division winners because this fake division is fake. But they are not a good team. And I'll stand on that. I think maybe their ceiling is making the playoffs because of their division, but I don't think they're really a playoff.
That's why I was saying that. But again, the division, who's going to win that? Tampa Bay.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
100%.
Unless they keep dying. All of their dudes get hurt every single week.
There's another. I'm going to say Baker Mayfield's argument last. Please. I have too much for this. Anyways, let's move on. What you want to do? Leaving Dart out. I didn't leave Dart out, bro. It's not a demographic here. Look at Jackson Dart's barely starting.
I'll leave Dart out.
Yeah, Jackson Dart's barely starting, okay? Cam Scatterboom made him look a little good. All right? That's all I got to say.
I'll be out on Dart forever. I don't give a fuck. I'll still claim that Jackson Dart's a bad quarterback, even if he wins 10 Super Bowls in New York.
Hey, I
just didn't believe in him. I can't be 0 for 2 on Giants draft picks, man.
You know this is sounding like? This is sounding like that's your new Joe Burrow for you. Jackson Dart might be your new Joe Burrow.
I'm cool with it.
You're just rapping on him so hard.
I'll let that ride. Shout out Jackson Dart. Go out there and hoop better, but you just won't hear another shout out from me. I'm just not a fan. Not for me.
That's fair.
Hey, we talked about this multiple times, and now we're here again. Jackson Smith-Njigba every fucking week has proven that he's a top 5 receiver in the NFL. Every week.
Top 3 now. I'm just being nice about top 5, but top 3.
All right, let's play the game.
Let's play the game.
Just off of this year alone, top 5 receivers for me.
Okay. Realistically, don't get mad, okay? So this is what I'm going to say. Well, Puka Nakua's hurt. But
he could still be in there off of what we've seen this year.
Puka Nacua.
Yes, I agree.
This is in order. Okay?
Okay.
Jackson Smith-Njigba.
You're wilding. I think you're already wilding.
Who we got next?
I would say Jamar. With the QB play for him to still be having a great year.
Jamar's 3.
Under JSN?
For right now. Just because of JSN's explosion. But Jamar Chase is still in this conversation. We can switch him wherever you want. You're right. I have Jamar Chase. He's in that conversation, okay? You're right.
And I know who you're going to put 3. I know who you're going to put at 3. I just want to hear you say it.
What?
Or not a 3, sorry. Who would be your number 4?
So number 4, it's kind of hard because you
That's what I'm saying.
I'm going to say Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I like that answer. That's a good answer.
All right. We're going to say, so people don't hate me. But you know what number 5 is?
I know what you're going to say. I thought you were going to say about 4.
See, number 5, it could be a lot of hard things. Okay. So we could say DK Metcalf could be in there. That's a little crazy. That's a little crazy, right? We could also say the whole conversation of all these guys like Deebo Samuel being consistent, but I'm not going to even put that in there. So let's just be nice, okay? I'm going to just let you know who I think number 5 is. Okay, George Pickens.
I knew it. Yes.
That's not. Oh my, I'm a Cowboys guy. That's because George Pickens made such an improvement of what he's done these past games. Literally didn't have a ball thrown at him the first couple weeks, and now he's just exploding. Okay, I can put George Pickens on 2 dudes and a deep threat, and George Pickens is that dude. Okay, but in reality, I gave you my thing. Those are my guys. Everyone can get mad at me all you want, but that's the truth. That's what I honestly believe right now. Okay, because these receivers are changing it, and Jamar Chase, you might be 2. And you're right, because of the situation he has. But JSN's really shown what he can do right now in this offense. That again, we were having questions about O-line issues too. But those are my guys. Okay, Jay Jettas, I love you, man. I think you're out there, but it feels like the Vikings have disappeared in thin air. They have disappeared.
Let me give you mine.
Okay, go for it.
I'll go Jamar, number 1. I'll go Puka 2.
Okay.
JSN 3.
Yeah.
I'll go Jefferson and Amon-Ra. I'm still going to give respect to Jefferson. I still believe he's the guy that, like, if this dude had good quarterback play, he would break every single receiving record. And that's how I feel about Jamar too, where receivers a little bit different, where you could be an elite receiver and be playing with Jake Browning and Joe Flacco, you know? So it's a little bit different, but I don't think Pickens is a bad pick. DK feels like a guy that I definitely would slide in there too. And Ibuka would be another guy that I think.
That's the guy I was going to say. Okay. Yeah. I was even going to put him high, but he's a rookie. But you know what I'm going to say? He's one of the best rookies I've seen in that position for a while. Okay. What? That's crazy. That's crazy. You're all crazy.
Since who?
It's not
Because
crazy.
I'm gonna test your G.
Who?
Since who?
Since who? Oh, dude, you're doing this to me. Well,
I don't play, bro.
I know you do. Okay,
Justin
Jefferson had a great rookie year as a receiver. Am I not wrong? I'm pretty sure he did. CeeDee Lamb had a great one. That's not being biased. He did. There's another rookie running a receiver. I might have to look this up, bro.
Come on. You said
it. Well, you know what? Okay, fine. Okay.
I just want to hear. I'm setting you up.
Jamar Chase.
That's a good answer.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
I'm just saying Mbuka deserves if he look at I know he's hurt right now, but if he finishes out whatever he does, he might be that type of rookie. Okay.
I don't think you gave the right answer though. I think the right answer was Puka. Because Puka, I think.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. You're not throwing the Pickens with the game on the line. I am throwing the Pickens with the game on the line. I am throwing the Pickens, Javier. I am throwing the Pickens.
Hey, you better throw if you don't
to a former quarterback, I'm gonna throw to Pickens on the game on the line. If
you don't throw it to Pickens, he's gonna crash out.
Yeah,
you better throw it to Pickens game on the line.
No, exactly. But it's like, dude, what? Why not? Why wouldn't I throw it to the guy? Okay. Anyways. But that's my list. Okay. I'm not being rude to Justin Jefferson. He's a dog. Okay. There's just no arguments. No. But I'm just saying, look at Mbuka. Right now, he's my favorite player to watch. Is that crazy to say? He's a player to watch in the league. What he's doing, and Baker Mayfield's arguably my favorite player right now too. Okay.
Oh, he is, bro. I could tell.
Yeah.
I got a good read for this. On all the shows, I always got the best read for who people like. You're supposed to not be biased, but you're gonna be biased. You know, Baker.
No, it's just because of the story. I don't know what it is.
It's sick. I love so cool.
It's sick. I'm guy for the blue chip on the shoulder. But anyways.
Listen, I'm a wrestling fan. I'm a fan of all the fake stories. You know, you got to get into it to like the people. That's what it is at the end of the day. Oh man, and I want to say I do think you're also right. I think Ibuka is going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think.
Oh, really? Now?
I'll admit when I'm wrong. I'll call my own bluff. I'll admit it.
I've been wrong. Don't worry, and I got a lot of apologies to say too.
I got to say this too. I think. My favorite player to watch right now is Scotabo because I just love runners like that, man. Yeah. Dudes who run the ball and put their head down, and he's a meathead, bro. Like, that's what he is. He just puts his head down and fucking runs the ball, and I love things like that. We don't need to talk too much about the Lions, but that injury.
Jaden Daniels just threw a dart, bro. Oh, my goodness.
Like Jackson?
Back and forth to Zach Ertz. It's 23-16. Oh, my goodness.
The Lions being hurt is going to cost them every single year. Dan Campbell might be shoving them in practice. Like, that's just what it is at the end of the day. Dan Campbell is breaking knees at practice when he's pissed off, man. I can't believe how injury-riddled this team is forever. And I think this team is an elite, healthy team. Like, there's no doubt. As far as roster construction goes, I think in my time as a football fan, I don't – no, other than maybe the Eagles last year, I don't know if I've ever seen a roster this well put together. And the Broncos in like whenever the Broncos made the Super Bowl, that team too.
2015.
Yeah, and Legion of Boom too. So maybe, but I put the Lions on that tier as far as the way this team is built with the weapons they have on both sides of the ball. Like, they arguably have top 5 position groups at every position. You know, other than Goff. And their DBs too. Actually,
you're right, and that's why they got to capitalize. Ant. These Lions need to capitalize when they're hungry because they're not going to have this roster for much longer. Okay, the teams they're lucky that these rosters been intact these past 2 years. Okay, they have to make this count. That's why I borderline put them at 7. You're saying why? Because the factor I didn't want to say it until I exposed it. Now it's the injury bug with this team. This is the most injury plagued team. I love them. I love them how they root, but it's like. Again, and that's sad for me to say because injury shouldn't even be accountable for a team, but it comes into question because it hurts your chances to go.
Where'd you have the Cowboys?
Well, the Cowboys for like what? Just
in that.
They were like, I don't remember, like bottom like 15. I don't remember.
Oh, I don't know why I thought you had them as a playoff team.
No, I did. I did have them a playoff team, but that's a question in itself right now. They're not going to be. They're this year's Bengals.
Because that's what I'm asking, right? If you knew about the Lions, how'd you not know about the Cowboys, who I feel like it's the same story with?
But I did. Remember we said what run game? Okay, besides this last week, you said what run game? There's a run game. But this last week, they didn't do it with Carolina. But they have a run
game. It's
a
fake run game.
They have a run game.
I'm not buying it still.
Okay, it's fine, but they still have a run game compared to last year.
I think they are the weirdest team ever because usually the run opens up the pass. I feel like this team is the opposite, where Dak Prescott's opening up the run for Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders.
I got to give a shout out, okay? Me and my girlfriend been watching the docu-series, so I'm going to just say bring back number 88. I miss Michael Irvin, the way he played. I've been looking at his play style recently again. I got to say his energy has been crazy. So that's my only thing. That's the last Cowboys thing you're going to hear from me because I can bag on my team all I want. They're trash. They're really trash. They're this year's Bengals. I feel bad for Dak. They're wasting another season. And he's not going to win the MVP this year, even though as much as I want to. The only reason why is because we have a shitty defense. And if they don't go to the playoffs, there's no way this man's going to get that award. And
that's been my Burrow debate forever.
Yeah, and that's exactly what's going to happen. I'm sorry, people. You can say what you want, and that's coming from a true blue bleeding. You want to pull it out, navy blue's going to come out of my veins right now. And I'm just telling you, I'm being honest. It's not going to happen. But anyways, that's it. Sorry for the tangent again, but it's the truth.
You're good. Let's talk about the Steelers, and we could close talking about Baker.
Okay.
I agree with exactly what you wrote in the chat. Man, I think it's insane how this season's kind of turned on the head in this division. For the fucking Steelers to be minus odds now to win the division is crazy. And I don't think it's crazy as in bad. I just would never have guessed that before the season started, man.
Well, this is what I'm going to say. So I already made apologies to the Lions last week. I already made apologies to the Chiefs. And if I didn't, I'm sorry, Chiefs. You're back to where you need to be. No questions asked. This is the biggest apology I'm going to give. Aaron Rodgers, I've always liked you. I'm very sorry for what I've said. Maybe this season, even if it doesn't go the way you want it, it's a success in that because you're 40 years old. You're playing great football. You've bought into this program, this culture. The Steelers haven't looked this great in a while. And in reality, it doesn't matter what they're doing to win. It's just they're winning. And Aaron Rodgers hasn't turned the ball over that much this year at all. And I'm going to pull up his stats again just to make it clear. The guy has only thrown 3 interceptions. Okay, he had a lot last season, and this year he's flipped it around. And the fact is, with this offense that didn't really have much weapons besides DK and all these people, look at Kenneth Gainwell was feeding. You have people, I'm forgetting one more. They're Caleb
Johnson. But he hasn't been great this year.
Yeah, either. But these guys. And this defense, you got to give even the biggest credit to this defense, been shutting some people down. Okay? Aaron Rodgers, they are the favorite to win the AFC North.
They're going to win the AFC North.
Yes. Okay? We're going to say that. I'm glad you're saying it with me. But Aaron Rodgers is showing you why. It doesn't matter. He has been a talented quarterback his whole entire time he's played. Yes, he had struggles last year. But the Jets are trash anyways. They've been a trash organization. No offense. I'm sorry. But you haven't won since Super Bowl III, okay? The Jets are not going to be the Jets anytime soon. But you know what? Aaron Rodgers lives another day, and it shows you.
Hey, New York was too vaccinated for Aaron Rodgers.
Something
in the air. He didn't like it, man. That's the Aaron Rodgers story.
Something.
But I'm happy that this team also said they're going to look to add another receiver before the deadline. Because if a team is this good, I think you should buy in and invest in your guys. Because this team could go on a sneaky run. I'm ready to go sneaky run with this team because they have the run game. They have the defense. Caleb Johnson is still a rookie. So him disappointing so far this season doesn't really matter because if he ramps it up around playoff time, then they're good. Jaylen Warren, I don't think is going to be the type to backpack. But DK Metcalf could keep that offense going. And, man, they've invested in this team. And my big takeaway, for all the dudes last year who were talking about Mike Tomlin, you guys got to put out an apology tweet. We'll put the form in the description.
Yeah, no, we should because look at Mike Tomlin. I've never said the guy needs to be fired. Okay, look at they're saying
but people did.
No, I know. I'm saying that's
yeah.
Okay, look at the guy has not had a below 500 season. Stop it with the fact that you're saying all these things and all these questions. Okay, that's a period. No question mark left. No nothing. Mike Tomlin has been a consistent NFL head coach, and right here, Aaron Rodgers and him. Been the best duo so far and a great story in the NFL.
We could turn it back to Callahan. Like the last couple years, Tomlin sure hasn't been a Super Bowl contender, but those rosters have been bad. Most coaches are not sniffing 500 with those rosters. So sure, it does suck when you can't end up with a top 5 pick in the draft, but wouldn't you want to keep your team competitive every single year so that you have a chance? I mean, football is different from other sports. You only get 17 games to play. So it's better if your team's winning 10 games than winning 2. It can just only go so far if your roster's that bad.
You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. And I think right here, the post-game conference, Josh Allen's talking right now. That's another question in hell. Let's see what the Bills can bring because they just lost 2 times in a row. They got some questions to answer. They got to play a little bit better. But and what do you want to say next? I know there's a last topic, but I want to hear your inputs on anything else you want to bring before I get into this whole spiel I've been waiting for.
Let me give I did this last time we were on, and I'll do it again. It's simple. We've talked about it all episodes, so I don't want to over-talk about it. But my MVP for the week is Cam Scatterbo. That man put up 3 touchdowns against the defending champs in a game that no one expected them to be in, and they ended up winning. So shout out Cam Scatterbo. Now we can talk about your topic. That's all. I just wanted to throw a dart.
And then let me hit this with a stat of the week before I conclude. Okay, the stat of the week, I wanted to introduce a little.
I like this
10-second segment. The stat of the week. So last one was fumbles. This one's sacks. Sacks have been the biggest stat of the week. Okay.
Wait, give me a question. Let me answer. Is there like a trivia I could get away with?
Go for it. Who was the most sacked quarterback this week?
Okay, I like this. The most sacked quarterback this week. My brain goes to Herbert and Goff.
Nope.
Oh.
They're panning in. Come on.
Herbert was wrong?
Nope. Both of them.
Were they on the list at all or no?
Nope.
Wow. Okay. Well, if you're saying Burns got to Hurts that many times, I could say Hurts.
Nope.
Really? Okay. Let me think about what I watched.
More. You got this. Come on in.
It could have been that Broncos-Jets game, but I was not up for that game.
Okay.
Is it? Is it Bo?
Okay. Who? No.
It's Fields? Wow. How much? I didn't watch it. It was 6:30. You can't expect me. God! I'm happy I didn't watch that. I didn't want to watch it. Fields on his back 9 times. Damn.
9 times Justin Fields got sacked.
Damn.
Trevor Lawrence, 7.
My goal.
Dylan Gabriel, 6.
It's Shador
Cam
time.
Ward, 6.
Yeah.
Mac Jones, mac and cheese, got cooked in the kitchen, 6.
Damn, I should have got Cam Ward.
Tyler Huntley didn't even start the game. The Rams said, whose house? Not the Ravens. That's 4. Okay.
Wow.
4 times in the total of this. And there's more quarterbacks that got sacked. Even Josh Allen took a couple tonight. I bet you Caleb Williams, even Jaden Daniels. But 38 total this week, just between those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quarterbacks. And one of them didn't even start a game. That's 38 sacks. And here's the biggest fact. Surprisingly, this is not whatever. But you know what? Some quarterbacks can still get it done. No, none of them did. 0-6. All of those quarterbacks lost. All of those quarterbacks lost.
Hey, Chap, let's give a round of applause for Zach. That is a good segment. And that's good stats and good research.
Oh, well, I appreciate you. We're going to keep bringing it. We're going to keep bringing it every week. But this is the best one, okay? My whole entire time, you've seen it. And I didn't think I was going to find a favorite player. I didn't.
Wait, hold up.
Go for it. What?
We're going to give you the podium.
Oh, like that? Oh, well, you know what? I appreciate you. Again, you guys need to follow RTP. If you haven't followed him, keep following him. We got 3,000 already, so congrats to that. But this
wait, I'm not leaving. I'm gonna come back.
Okay, I'm glad. I'm not.
I just want to give you the spill.
Okay. Well, no. But I have to give a shout out. And you know what? Boom Fantasy, wherever you're at, I gotta throw the subscriber too. You're gonna win almost to $100. And I should have bet this, okay? Because I'm already doing pretty good in this parlay. Okay, so through week 6, I said that Baker Mayfield would have 29.5 touchdowns over the season. He already has 10. Baker Mayfield has become my favorite quarterback in the NFL. I'm a big Josh Allen believer. Obviously, I'm a Cowboys fan of Dak, but Baker Mayfield is my favorite player. The guy has moxie. The guy has trust in his own. And everyone said, there was a comment we had before in this prediction. They said, hey, he's not going to have an O-line. He's not going to have a run game. Bucky Irvin's answered that. Rashad White's answered that. Look at, he's throwing to people like Cam Johnson. He's throwing to people like Sterling Shepard. And Mbuka was hurt. Mike Evans was hurt. Chris Godwin was hurt. Baker Mayfield has answered this question in the NFL. That team is easily, right now, a Super Bowl contender. Is that crazy? No, it's not. Okay, it's not. Because Baker Mayfield is playing like an elite level, and he's answered the question with this franchise. Okay, and look at, right now, through week 6, he's the MVP. That's all I want to say. I don't want to argue that. Baker Mayfield is, and hopefully, from fantasy, we make it known. Be great for everybody. But I hope Baker Mayfield gets the award, and I hope someone does it great. So that's what I wanted to say, Ant. And I think I just wanted to give some love where love was due, because the guy's been battling his whole career. And the Browns, you lost a great one. Sorry.
How'd you like my producing on that?
Oh, that was amazing. That was amazing. Yeah, we had great. It was a great collab, and I just want to say he's been my favorite quarterback because, again, he's had everything written off. All those players about believing in an underdog, all those people that say when you can't do something, Baker Mayfield is a testament to that. Okay, ever since Oklahoma and even in Texas Tech. Remember, he had a rough journey even in college. The guy's shown it. It didn't matter if it was on the Browns. And he's the only other quarterback right now that the Browns have been successful with. He's the only quarterback that's taken them to the playoffs since these last quarterbacks they've had. Okay? So let's argue with that because that's the truth. Okay? And then he had
He's Johnny Manziel if Johnny Manziel had more cola, less Coke.
Hey, that's true. No, that's true. And you know what? The fact is, people need to have him in a top 5 conversation. Now, consistently reality.
I agree.
They need to. And people are like, oh, yeah, whatever. No. Baker Mayfield, what's not to love about the guy? What's not to love about the guy? He's literally, he'll go in there hurt. He'll go in there to find his team to win, and he's answered the call. Okay? Yeah. So let's see it. Maybe the Bucks can find a way to get back to that Lombardi. I'd be there for it to watch them, man. So that's what I wanted to say, Ant. That's what I have for you. What final thoughts do you have?
No rebuttal. That was fire. Is that it for the episode?
I think I do. I'm excited to see what your Texans do. Are they coming out of a bye week? No, are they won?
We came off a bye.
Okay. Hey, I'm excited to see. Hopefully they got more people healthy. Hopefully they're going to do some damage. They got Seattle. That could be a big upset brewing. And I think that can be something that's going to be big off of. Look at my Cowboys need to answer a lot of questions and just turn checking. And they need to find these guys through this bye week to say, hey, are we going to get healthy? Or are we not? Okay. That's just it. They need to find some health. But reality, this is where the NFL is headed. And you guys got to understand, like you're all asking all these questions. Yes, it's a lot of 50-50. There's a lot of controversy. But buy into the stories that are there. You got Mbuka, you got Puka, you got Baker, you got Jaden Daniels coming resurgence. You got Josh Allen trying to find his way. And you know what the biggest story is? This is the biggest story. See, look at the last thing I want to say, Ant, is I had the Ravens so high. Okay, and that's the biggest head scratcher I got. But at the end of the day, they have a roster for it. But if Lamar Jackson comes back, if he does, if anything and any player, if he comes back and makes this team even a playoff, like just get in the playoffs because they're 1-5. Okay, that would be the best story in the NFL. They started 1-5, and you know what's crazy? A lot of these teams that start like that, they don't make it.
So what are you saying? If he comes back, they make the playoffs.
He comes back, and if they win the next 2, book it. I think they go to the playoffs.
No. Go a little further. If he comes back and they make the playoffs, does Lamar Jackson add something to his trophy case?
You think he goes back to the MVP again? You know what? Yes. Look it.
That would prove it, right?
That would prove it. Okay, but I'm so heavy on Baker right now just because of the story. But you know what?
So you think Baker's MVP? Okay, no. I was like, where are you going with this? Let's get into this.
He's not MVP regardless of that.
Who's the MVP then?
If Lamar Jackson wins and he goes to the playoffs and they find a way in the playoffs, he's the MVP.
Who's the MVP right now today?
Right now?
If I give you $10,000 to bet on the MVP this season, right now today, who would you throw money on?
Okay, you ready for it?
I'm ready for it.
Baker Mayfield versus Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, I liked where you started. I didn't like where you ended.
No, because look it.
It just doesn't happen.
Quarterback race. It's a quarterback race. It won't happen. You're right. But it's Baker Mayfield and Mahomes should be entered in the chat too.
Mahomes right now is the odds-on favorite to win MVP.
Okay, but it's
second,
Baker Mayfield. There's
second,
Baker Mayfield.
Second is Josh Allen and Baker Mayfield tied.
No, that's wrong. It's Baker Mayfield. Or sorry, it's Baker Mayfield, Dak Prescott, Patrick Mahomes.
Dak should be in that convo, bro.
Huh?
They're just not gonna be competitive enough.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, if we're saying off season wise, okay, look at Josh Allen's doing great, whatever, but we're saying off of like pure dominance in the league right now. There should be only 3 names.
Your MVP can't lose to the Panthers, bro. I'm sorry.
You're right.
I'm not putting no. I don't think
you're mad.
You're saying there should only be 3 names.
You're mad all you want, but I'm going to defend this because he didn't lose the game. The defense lost the game.
The team lost.
Okay, fine. I don't want to get mad at it. Fine.
No, let's get mad. I mean, we can hang up after this. Never talk again.
I disagree. He didn't lose the game. The defense lost him the game. They've lost him every single game except for one game, and I believe it was the other loss they took with the Bears. He lost that game, and the defense did too. But
I agree with you, right? When we're having a conversation about just straight quarterback play, and if we're talking about the best quarterback in the league, I'm not mad if you throw Dak in those conversations.
Okay.
The MVP historically, there's other factors that come into play.
That's very true.
And losing to the Panthers is a factor.
Okay, that's it.
Not making the playoffs is a factor. And I think right now, today, you and I both can agree the Cowboys are not making the playoffs.
Right now, yes, you're right. But in that division, what's happening in that division right now, besides the Commanders, look at this game's a 2-point game right now. You're going to tell me that they don't make the playoffs in the division if it's a crazy race? They're 2-3. The Commanders are 3-2. The Eagles have lost. I think they're like
they've lost twice.
Yeah, they've lost twice. And then you got the Giants who are 2-4. That division is going to be hard. It's going to be hard. The AFC West is going to be hard. Your division can be hard too. Because now it looks like it could be 3. It could be Jacksonville. It could also be the Colts, and it could also be you guys if you guys go on a run.
I don't think we're in that conversation.
I know, but look at.
But we're on a tangent now. We're going away from what we're talking about.
That's fine.
We're going away from what we're talking about. The Cowboys are not making the playoffs.
Okay.
And I think I'm confident in that for sure. Right now they have Dak Prescott plus 5,000. So if you feel real about that, throw $10 and you'll cash out 500. But I don't. These are the names. You want to hear all the names above Dak?
Let me hear it.
And I'm not saying these are better quarterbacks.
Okay.
I'm saying these have a better chance at winning MVP
because their team's doing better. Yes.
Teams, yes, exactly, 100%. Mahomes
going to be in there, I'm guessing, because go.
I got you. Mahomes, is there. Josh is there. Wait, I messed it up. Baker is there. Drake May is there. Goff is there. Stafford is there. Love is there. Herbert is there. Daniel Jones. Jaden Daniels. Darnold. Lamar. Lamar actually has the same odds as Dak, which I think that is more crazy.
I think what's crazy, there's only one name where I'm like, hell no. Okay? I know there's one name. There's 2 names. Okay? No, I like Daniel Jones. Fine. No, it's Jordan Love. Okay? I'll tell you why. We tied with the man. There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell that man is going to be in the amount of odds of Dak. No.
Can I give you
They almost lost to the Bengals too. They almost lost to the Bengals yesterday too.
Can I give you a scenario where they do?
Yeah, go ahead.
If they close out the season playing like they did the first 2 weeks, which I don't think, like, they could be fake good. Okay. I don't think that's impossible.
All right, let's give this scenario before we wrap this up. I have to, because we're saying this and you're saying why. Because look, my picks have been pretty decent. There's some head scratchers, but there's been pretty decent picks. How does Dak win this award? And I'm not saying I mean obviously love, but how does Dak win this award?
Dak wins this award. What's the record?
They're 2-3-1. I'm pretty sure.
If they finish with more than 10 wins and make the playoffs.
Yeah, they're 2-3-1.
If they finish with more than 10 wins and make the playoffs, I think you could put Dak in that conversation. I don't think he wins the award.
I had them at 10 or 11. I had them at 10 wins, 10 or 11.
Okay. I still think if that happens, it would be tough for Dak to be over Mahomes if they win a lot of games. I think Josh Allen's going to drop after today, but Baker is in that weak division.
Yeah, Baker makes my MVP. Sorry.
I'm not mad at it.
I'll bet $50 if I had to.
Really?
But I bet $50. That's how confident I am. The NFL, if they screw him over, that's his award. Right now. That's his award.
Through 6 weeks, I would give it to – man, I feel lame for saying this, but I would probably give it to Mahomes.
Okay.
Just because the storyline's there, that team's all beat up, and they're still competitive. They just beat the Lions, who sure were hurt. And it's a revenge season. I think that's where I'm at.
All right, for sure. Well,
but Baker's not a bad answer either.
That's what I have for you.
That's what I have for you. Thank you guys again for watching another episode. Shout out to all 3,008 of you subscribed to this channel. Make sure you join on, subscribe to this channel as well. We're on the road to 4K now. You know, hey, if we hit 4K, I'll get a 4K camera. Simple as that. You can see ANT in real HD. You can see it in real HD. You feel me? You know what it is. Yeah, but that's it. We're out. Gretch, let them know where they can find you.
Hey, Game Time Gretch. You can find me on Instagram, LinkedIn, also on YouTube. You know where you find me.
Plug the corporate.
Yeah, you have to. You have to. Hey, you know where to find me. Appreciate you. You also find me here every Monday night with Ant. So enjoy it. Enjoy the content together. So you always can give us suggestions. You can even DM us to say, hey, I want to talk about this. We'll put it in the notes. I just put a new segment in, and Ant's always here being the great that what he does. So appreciate you guys. You guys have a great rest of your night. Good luck in week